Hello my Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we ran around and caught the legendary Pokemon Zapdos. In today's episode, we are actually going to be going after the other two legendary birds in the legendary trio of Kanto. So that's going to be a little bit of a blast now. To get to the first one, we have to make our way to Fuchsia City. We're headed to a new location, a little bit of areas we haven't explored, but it should be quite a blast. I personally enjoy going to these areas and checking things out. It brings me back to the days where, I first caught these Pokemon. I vaguely remember it. It seemed like so long ago. I remember that I used them on my team. I think my team consisted of, Nidoking, Pikachu, the three legendary birds, and Mewtwo. I think I actually have a picture of it posted up on my Instagram where I found this little book, this little sticker album that I think I mentioned before. I have a little a little sticker album where I used to collect it's kind of like a Pokedex where if you ever caught a Pokemon in the game, you would take the little sticker and you would put it on the little book, and it was kind of like that. So I liked it a lot. I did that as a kid, and I remember writing my team on the front, and I was like Pokemon Trainer Rodri and all those sorts of things. So it brings me back a little bit, going back and doing these things. So we're here in the Seafoam Islands. Now, Seafoam Islands, all it basically is like a huge cave leading to one of the legendaries. Now, I know we're going to need a couple different moves and things like that, so no worries, guys. It won't affect us too much, and I'm sure we'll be able to get it going. Now, I actually don't remember where this place is. I remember sort of what to do. I think we have to close out this canal so we can actually surf up. So we just got to figure out how to do that first. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. It's Thursday, the end of a long week. It's almost there. It seems like it's been a long week for me personally. I've actually had 4 exams this week, with one more that I am probably taking right now as you guys are watching this. So I'm just sitting there trying to take those exams, trying to do my best as possible. 4 exams. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is so exhausting because I feel like every day all I've been doing is just studying, and it's pretty stressful. I'm kind of excited for it to be Friday and the weekend already. It's gonna be a good time. I'm just excited for the weekend to come, to just hang out with my friends, to relax a little bit. Once this exam week passes by, it's kind of nice because then I have probably another 3 or 4 weeks. No, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I have to take another exam. So it's basically just studying, doing a little bit of light reading, nothing too crazy. But, for now, it's just knocking out these things and keeping it going. But, I'm glad. I'm just really happy to be in my senior year, to be finishing everything up. And it feels good to be back. It's been a long summer for me. It feels good to be back, just knocking things out. I don't know how school's going for you guys, but I hope you have the motivation to keep on going, to truck it out, to do your best, and to just, push through. Because honestly, if you work hard and push through now, you can cruise and, go easy later. That's what I like to do. If I ever feel like I have something really serious I need to do, then I'd rather just knock it out. And then I can just chill and hang out and, do whatever I want. That's one of the pros of not being a procrastinator. You got to get things done and knock things out. Now, since we've gone ahead and knocked the 2 rocks out, I mentioned to you guys we can surf upwards. And there's the first legendary. We're going to save and be back to take it on. Okay, guys. So we're back and we are ready to take on this legendary bird. Here we go, Rodri versus Articuno. So let's go ahead and take on Articuno then. It's level 50. I opened up with Kaji, Fire on Ice. That's kind of what I'm about, a Song of Ice and Fire. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have ever watched Game of Thrones, I'm kind of about that Song of Ice and Fire life. And holy crap, that actually got it really, really low. Maybe a quick attack now will lower it to the point I want it to. I'm not too sure. Oh man, that was close. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and I have a good strategy, guys. I've planned this out a little bit ahead of time. I kind of had something set up in my head where I know what I want to do. I know where I want to go with this. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch out. We're gonna bring out a Chew, and now we're gonna paralyze it. I think this will make it so much easier for us to catch. And I'm not sure what the catch ratio is for these legendaries, but hopefully once it's paralyzed, it'll be a little bit easier. Now, while we're catching this Pokemon, I'll continue on, tell you guys some things. You may realize that today is, a special day. It's a day that a long time ago, I think, affected a lot of people. It's 9/11, especially here in America. And it really makes you think about life and about the people around you. I was thinking a lot about it this morning. I woke up and I just saw a lot of my friends posting messages and things like that. Never forget and things like that. And, we can flip it to a positive thing where it's kind of you never know what could happen in your life. You never know what could happen. You could walk outside and, hopefully nothing happens, but you could, get into an accident or something. And it's just like, that's how unpredictable like life is. Life is so unpredictable. It's insane, how many crazy things could happen, and you just have to live your day like it's the last. And it's something that I've personally been doing lately since I've come back, here to school and everything. And I'm just trying to make the most of everything. I'm just trying to enjoy life and just go with it. I tell a lot of guys that I meet, I tell them a little bit like about myself, and I tell them, once in a while when you don't know what to do, or maybe you're a little bit scared of taking a risk or taking a chance, you just have to jump. Think of it as if you're like in this high up tree getting ready to jump into like a river, like a high dive, and you're up there and you're really nervous and you're scared. But like sometimes you just have to suck it up, bite your lip, get the courage, and just jump. And that's how I think is a good way to live your life. Like if you're nervous about something, maybe it's even like talking to a girl or something silly like that, just do it. Just jump, just jump, go at it. Just do it. Do what's going to make you happy. Do something that's risky. Take a chance, because if you don't live your days like, they're numbered, then you never know. Like, you have to make the most of your time. I'm trying to make the most of my life. I want to just, have such an amazing senior year and just give everything back to everyone and just, leave something behind that. I live my days like, hey, I have an exam. Let's study. Let's knock it out. But after, let's have some fun. Oh, my friends want to go to the pool and to play baseball. Oh, I have this exam. You know what? I can study at night. I will stay up and study at night. I'm not going to let this opportunity pass. That's what it's like. You got to live it to the fullest. You got to live your days like it's your last. And you have to treat those people around you, the people you love, like it's the last time you're going to see them, And it's just something that I've really been thinking about. Just a thought I had in my head, which, really just has been kind of connecting and really made me reflect on because of all the things that my friends are posting and people are posting. All right, so we caught Articuno. We named it Onu. And now we're actually going to make our way out of here, and we're going to go after the next legendary bird, which I'm sure you guys already know who it is, but it's a little bit tougher to get to, so we'll continue on with that. But as I was saying, it's nice. I actually had the chance to talk to my grandma about a day or two ago. She's in El Salvador. She really doesn't come to the U.S. to visit anymore. She's getting older. I love my grandma. She's honestly one of like the biggest influences and inspirations in my life. She's one of those people that really make me who I am, who have, encouraged me, who have always backed me up. When I was in like middle school, around middle school and elementary school, I had a really tough time in school. I really had a hard time, and my grandma was always the one who told me like, everything will be okay. Things are going to work out for you. Just keep going, keep pushing. Everything will work out someday. And you know what? She was right. Now I'm so blessed to have everything I have, and I'm just so thankful for everything, So I was on the phone with her, and we were talking, just catching up. It was nice. I called her before I had an exam. So I just gave her a call, and we were just chatting it up, and she was telling me about how everything's going over there. And, I'm just telling her, like, how my life is going and how, I'm at a very peaceful place in my life where I feel kind of good. I'm very relaxed. I'm just thankful. I'm just trying my best to get good grades, to graduate. And she's like, what are you going to do once you graduate? I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not really too sure. I could move back to El Salvador if I wanted. I probably won't, but that's definitely a possibility. And she's like, well, if you come and you buy a house, like, I'll move in with you. And I was like, of course, Grandma. I was like, I'll buy you the biggest house in El Salvador. And that's always been a dream of mine, to like buy my grandma a house. She's big into like gardening. She's big into like all that sort of thing. So a dream of mine has always been to like buy her a big house where she can like grow her garden and just relax. That's a dream of mine. That's one of the goals, and I want to achieve that someday. So when you talk to your loved ones, you never know what could happen, and that's why I was talking to my grandma, and it just made me so thankful to have her there. I remember actually getting off the phone, and I teared up a little because I was just like, man, like I miss my grandma, I miss my family in El Salvador, and I want to give back to them someday. I want to give them back so much because of how much they've been there for me. And that's what life's about, honestly. You never know what could happen, guys. You never know what could happen tomorrow. You need to tell your loved ones now, hey, I care about you. Hey, I love you guys. Just do it. Sometimes in life, things get tough. Sometimes things are hard, but it shouldn't let you hold you back. You shouldn't let it hold you back from, saying what you feel, or, taking that leap of faith, or, jumping, or going up and talking to that person, or something like that. Push yourselves. If you're watching this today You know, maybe do something. Maybe, you know, go up to your mom or your parents and just say something nice. Just be like, hey, you know, it's funny because you can catch them off guard. You know, you can catch them off guard and make them feel good. Just, you know, go up to whoever it may be, and just be like, hey, I'm thankful to have you in my life, and thank you for everything you do for me. You tell that to someone, I guarantee you their response will be something insane. Something like, wow, like, I did not expect that. Where did that come from? And it'll make their day. It'll make their day. It's little things like that, guys. You know, I love just moving on with life. I love being motivational. I love just keeping things going and just, you know, living in like an adventure. I love building memories and taking those steps. And I really hope that's something that, you know, you guys take away from this, that sometimes, you know, you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to jump, you know, just jump and just go and adventure and take that leap of faith and, you know, trust in it and just, you know, see what happens. And that's what it's all about. So, you know, guys, I really wanted to share this because it's something that's kind of been like, you know, you could say eating at me, just a lot of thoughts that I've been having lately, which I think are pretty good though. And I just enjoy sharing them with you guys because I feel like, you know, if I can make a difference in one of your lives and make you think about these things, maybe you'll get something positive out of it. Maybe something good will come from it. You never know. As you guys can see, quick explanation. We're here on one island. So we came all the way back to one island. We've surfed pretty far up north, and we've made it to like a weird island. So we actually have to make our way all the way through this in order to get to the final legendary Pokemon. I know, it's kind of like a steep climb. It's kind of like a lot to do. It's not as easy as the first two were, but, you know, they're going to make it a little bit more challenging. This is the post game, so there's a lot of things we have to go through. I believe there is still quite a bit of legendary Pokemons for us to catch, and a couple more things for us to do here on the Sevi Islands, which is, you know, what I'm going to be taking care of as we get it going. But, you know, with that, we can keep on moving and just keep enjoying things. I'm kind of nervous for this exam. I hope that future me, who's probably taking this as you're watching this, or might have already took it, did well on it. You know, I really hope I did. I got to, you know, keep on studying and keep on going. It's crazy, you know. I'm at that point in life where in about a year, hopefully, I should be graduated. And then it's like, what do you do next? You know, I think some of you guys might be experiencing that with high school. With me, it's university. And you stop and think, like, what am I going to do next? What is the next step in my life? Where is life going to take me? What is the right decision? What is the right choice? You know, I could move. I could move and go hang out with some of, like, my other, like, YouTube friends. Or I could move back to El Salvador with my family. Or I could stay here. And there's so many possibilities. And it's like, what do I do? You know, I've thought a lot about it. And I'm really unsure. It's kind of weird because I'm a pretty decisive person. I kind of always know what I want. So when moments like this come up, it's like, well, what do I do next with my life? Where do I go from here? And where's it going to take me? And it's just, you know, it's kind of a funny question to ask yourself. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up staying here in Florida, hating the hot heat. You know, if you live in Florida or like Texas or a place where it's burning up, I'm sure you guys understand how much the heat sucks when you've lived in it your whole life. So, you know, I don't want to be in the heat anymore. I've always been the type of person that likes the cold, even when I was little in El Salvador. And over there, you have to remember, it only rains. There's no snow or anything like that. It's Central America. You know, it'd be like really hot out. Hated it. I hated the heat. But then you'd have the moments where like it'd magically get a little cooler. There'd be a little breeze. And those are the moments that I was happiest. I don't know why. I really enjoy the cold. You know, I used to travel to a lot of different places like Canada, you know, things like that. And it was always like really nice and cold there. That's the first time I saw snow was up there in Canada. And it was just really nice. Like I love the snow. I love the cold. I think I'm just meant to live in like a cold environment. I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. Maybe you like the opposite of things. Like maybe if you lived in a cold, maybe you have. Maybe you guys give me your feedback. You know, I would love to hear it. It's just interesting. Maybe if you lived in the cold, you would love to live in like a hot place like Florida. But personally, I love the cold, and it might be just because of how hot Florida is and that I just, I don't like it. I don't like the heat and the humidity. It's terrible. Like, you can't wear a hoodie, and they're like the comfiest things in the world. You know, the days that it gets cold here, I'm packing like 3 hoodies and like jeans, and I love it because of how deliciously cold it is, and you just feel so comfortable, and I just wish I had that like every day. Oh, what I would give for like 60-degree weather. Oh, 60-degree weather. Beautiful. I would absolutely just, you know, give up a lot for that. We made it, guys. We're going to go ahead and save, and we'll be back ready to take on this Pokemon. Okay, guys, so we're ready. Let's go ahead and challenge the third legendary. Caillou! Here we go, Rodri versus Moltres. You know what I'm saying, guys? Moltres, Moltres, Mole, 3, Mole, Trace. Yes, okay. Same old strategy we're about to run through here, guys. We're going to go with the paralysis. The paralysis. And then we're just going to try to weaken it, try to catch it. Hopefully, you know, we'll do okay here. Hopefully we can knock it out. Now, it's actually a little bit challenging because we out-level Moltres by so much that I'm kind of nervous, so I'm just going to go with Kaji. It seems like Kaji and Achu have done a lot of good work today, so I'm going to keep that going. You know, I'm going to keep that motivation rolling. I feel like these guys know what they're doing, so I'm okay with it. They've been doing really well catching these legendaries, and, you know, I can dig it. I can deal with it, and Moltres is going to go for the Endure. Ah, man, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure Endure leaves it with, like, 1 hit. So it would have been nice if we hit like an insane crit there, but you know, we're getting it pretty low. I think 1 more bite should do the trick. So it should get it down to like 1-ish, probably like 10 HP, something like that, which isn't terrible. There we go. Let's start throwing Ultra Balls at it then and see what can happen, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to believe. You know what I'm saying? You just got to believe. You got to do what you can, catch these Pokemon, do what you can, and, you know, hope that we get it. It'd be nice if we could catch this one without too much trouble, because the other ones have been a little bit, not even that bad. Articuno wasn't that bad. Zapdos was okay. So it's not absolutely terrible. I think it just took a while for us to get up here to this mountain thing. Imagine how cool it would be to actually see like the legendary Pokemon in real life. I remember watching one of the anime episodes. I think it was Ash doing some sort of like battle. It almost seemed like an Olympic Coliseum. I think he was carrying like a certain torch of light or something, and like everlasting torch. Or the episode was something like that. And I remember watching that episode as a kid. And then it showed like Moltres in the fire. And I remember like seeing it and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that thing? You know, this was before like everything, you know, before the games and all this sort of thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is that legendary bird? What is that thing in the fire? Oh my gosh, is it a phoenix? Like, you know, I had no idea what the heck it was. I just thought it was the coolest thing. Some of you guys might remember that episode. I thought it was so freaking cool to see like such a legendary Pokemon, like, you know, in the anime, where in the anime it was so like legendaries were so obscure. It was like you never saw them, at least in the beginning. You know, in like the Indigo Plateau, like you saw legendary in the anime and you were like, oh my goodness. Nowadays, they have the movies and everything. You pretty much see the Pokemon, the legendaries, like it's nothing, you know. But at the beginning of the series, before the, you know, like an official Pokedex and sort of things like that were released, you were just like, wow, I wonder what's out there. I wonder how many Pokemon there are. And, you know, it was kind of cool. Like, it was really cool learning about them and just, you know, kind of going with it. Back then, you had to learn the basics. You know, it didn't come to you as easy. You had to memorize them yourself. And, you know, as time went, you got more used to it. But it was pretty cool. I really like the original 151. Probably my favorites, just because they bring back so many memories. Like, almost every single Pokemon brings back a memory for me. It's kind of weird, you know, in a way. Like, I look at Lapras, and then I think of, like, Ash riding it, you know, through some water. And I thought Lapras was such a cool Pokemon. And, you know, that's how it goes from there. And it just, every little thing brings me back memories. I don't know. Maybe I just watched too much Pokemon as a kid. I was just so into it, you know. I remember collecting, like, the trading cards and some other weird cards that were kind of like the pictures of them. So everything just brings me back to those moments, those little memories, those little days as a kid, you know. I remember, like, chewing gum. Like chewing like bubble gum and just, you know, looking through my cards. And I didn't even know how to play the game. I still to this day honestly have like no idea how to play the trading card game. I should probably learn. I just collected them because I thought they looked cool. And I was like, look how awesome these cards look. They're amazing. They're so pretty. To this day, I kind of still do that with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I'll collect them and just look at them, you know, because no one that I know plays Yu-Gi-Oh, so I kind of just collect them. All right, guys, we got Moltres, and with that, we have all the legendary Pokemon. One legendary Pokemon. Those seeing it are overwhelmed by its orange wings that seem to be on fire, and I think they are. Wait. Are they on fire? Or does it just look like fire? Now, take a guess of what this last name's gonna be. Correct, you just guessed it. We're gonna go ahead and name it Cert. And with that, guys, Cert has been transferred to Bill's PC. Now it's time we fly on out of here because we've done what we had to. We caught the legendary birds, and we are ready to continue on. We can't fly here? Are you kidding me? What, are we too high up on the mountain? How high up are we that we can't fly? I think I have an escape rope. That should get us out of here. Yeah, that's so freaking weird. How can you not fly up here? Are we like inside of a cave? Is that what it is? We're inside of a cave? No way. We're on top of a mountain for sure. On top of a mountain. All right, guys. So we're going to end up in one island. From here, we're going to continue on probably, doing some more post-game shenanigans. Wish me luck in my exam, or maybe I have. If you guys have any tips coming up, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.